since 2017 and I've been sharing you guys my wins and losses dito sa nauubo pa rin ako sa cryptocurrency sa YouTube, sa Facebook at kahit saan pa man. Okay, medyo may sakit pa ako pero hindi na gaano. Okay, so guys, paumanhin at iminimute ko minsan kasi inuubo pa din ako. Pero let's do this. Okay, so marami na nangyari sa cryptocurrency, no? Tapos biglang naging boring. So, napapansin nyo ba yun sa market? So, we always have to perceive the market in a sentiment first, no? Parang, we cannot just like go wake up and say, oh, mag-technical analysis. Okay, it's not like that. Diba? So, we always have this first or initial or subconscious sa utak natin na ano yung nararamdaman natin. And that is the sentiment. And it's human nature. It's always there. It's always going to be part of it. No, there are people who survive cryptocurrency by just investing without technical analysis or fundamental, but they just look at the human psychology and that's it. When there's fear in the market, they just buy. When there's so much euphoria in the market and everyone's like celebrating, they're making money, they're making this, asking people are asking about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? Hindi naman sila taga Bitcoin, wala naman talagang alam tong mga to sa Bitcoin, etc. Then all of a sudden they wanted to know more about Bitcoin. That is so weird, no? So marami tayong mga pag-uusapan ngayon dito sa cryptocurrency. Isa na nga po dyan yung mga nakaraang pangyayari, and I want to make sense out of you guys kung sakaling nawawalan na kayo ng pag-asa dito sa altcoin season na sinasabi ko sa inyo na will be happening in 2026. Hindi pa naman tayo delay, hindi pa rin naman tayo late, pero tulad ng palagi kong mga predictions dito guys, okay, with the stable coins, I predicted stable coin narrative or major narrative stable coins back in 2023 when no one's talking about it, when AI was the thing. Then 2022 nung nagka-crash yung market ng December, tapos nag-bottom tayo ng 2022, I predicted that AI is going to be something is because of the ChatGPT. That's how basic it is. I'm just looking at the human psychology, what people use, what they need, and what they cannot live without. Something like that. So, ngayon guys, kung ready na kayo, please mag-like and share, subscribe kayo dito sa cryptocurrency channel natin, which is the Oso de Chismoso. Please, malaking tulong sa akin na ma-share niyo ako sa Facebook, sa Twitter, or sa kung saan man. Okay. Pag-uusapan agad muna natin, okay, yung sa Bitcoin price natin. So, kahapon pinipredict na, mga nakaraan ito pa rin naman yung prediction natin. We want to scare the market, of course, but not to the full extent of like really scaring the whole market. Alam mo yan? So, we are here to scare the retail. So, nan akong prediction kahapon, okay, which is I already sent this to sa Meraki. So it's either the bull case or the bear case. So nangyari naman siya kahit papaano, pero kailangan natin siya bumalik sa 4 hours. So bumagsak na nga siya. So kahapon nandito tayo, bumagsak naman siya by just following the market structure or yung tinatawag na price action. Now, we're seeing that logarithmic already reset in the 4-hour time frame. That's what I only just looking at right now. The possibility of us like trying to go down further to touch the moving average 50 is highly unlikely to happen if we will be opening the market strong ngayong araw. So, ang mata natin is nasa Europe ngayon, wala sa US. We're trying to like get out of that muna for the meantime. But we're just looking at the BOS and muntikan nang mag-touch. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. And very understandable kasi ang daming rejection na nangyari before we really went up to the market. No? Pero like I said, this BOS, pag nag-break to, alts would follow or should be following. No? So dito ko na masasabi sa inyo guys na malaki yung chances na hindi to dumikit dito kung magiging maganda yung gising ng Europe. Okay? So ito na yung sasabihin ko din sa inyo. Okay? malaki yung chances natin, of course, na ma-reject dito kasi dalawa yung moving averages natin. And this is the first time only that we will be touching it. So, we need to look at balancing things. Hindi tayo pa pwede, dito ako titingin, tapos dito ako titingin, etc. etc. No, we have to be unbiased sa mga nangyayari. And if ito yung gusto sabihin ng technical analysis natin, we just have to really follow it because this is not subjective. Kung yun ang basa mo sa technical analysis mo, hindi mo siya pwedeng patungan ng opinion mo. So kung sabi ng logarithmic natin, it's already resetting, then malaki yung chances na it can go up a little bit tapos bumagsak ulit as the price will go further down too. Okay, that could happen, okay, because it has been happening multiple times, okay? So, what happens if haluan natin to ng fundamental? Okay, what does happen if this is going to be a fundamental mix, sabi natin? Okay, so fundamentally, sabi natin, okay, may mga news na mangyari mamaya and it's not really good. Okay, ang mangyayari dito is magkaroon ng disbelief sa market, umangat siya ng konti, tapos doon pumasok yung totoong news na talagang confirmed we are really not really doing well with, you know, with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin price or yung buong overall market, which is SPX, gold, etc. So as if we're trying to dry the liquidity and pull it back to fiat. Okay, so we're trying to strengthen the fiat but not too strong, but also we're trying to weaken the dollar but not too weak. Okay, because the dollar is a main criteria. Okay, main criteria to para malaman natin kung saan talaga ito papunta. Okay, we know that AI is now becoming a currency. Okay, but the whole liquidity is not going there. Okay, it's just a mere tool. We have to understand that. It's just a mere tool. If you invest to AI, tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo guys, it's gonna be a one way to lose your money. Okay, we cannot just like keep on repeating our mistakes before. If you're gonna buy AI, focus on the real AIs that's going to be here. So sabihin natin Virtuous Protocol, yes. Yan, isa yan sa mga talagang gusto kong bilhin, AI. Diba? Na talaga mag-stay dito. Virtuous Protocol, okay? Then, ano pa? Hindi ko alam kung Fetchay mag-stay pa here. Hindi ko sure. Pero meron pa Fetchay. Marami pang AI pero nakikita niyo yung sequence na ginagawa ng AI na kumakabit na sila sa ibang narrative na DeFi, DexI, RWAI, which is not really good for AI's image. Okay, it means it's ditching its own narrative. Okay, you need to understand that. Okay, Numeray, ang hirap kasi. Luma siya no? Pero pag kumikilos yung market, kumikilos din siya. So it's really hard. Just like Fetchay, no? Which is a super intelligence AI. I cannot say furthermore anything for AI for now. Okay? Kasi hindi ako well-researched or well-diverse sa nangyayari sa AI ngayon. As it is a fast-moving industry, hindi ko pwede din sabihin sa inyo na huwag kayo bumili ng AI, pero how I understand it is that's how AI right now. You cannot just like keep on diving into risky assets right now as of the moment, as the market is really trying to navigate where the market is really wanting to go. Okay, we have to understand that. So talagang sinabi ko sa inyo, in a single shock or wipeout netong kamakailan lang, di ba? Over 19 billion. Okay, and what you don't understand there, okay, ito, what you don't understand on this date, October 10, you might be thinking that this is not like FTX and Luna combined. Okay? Mag-isip-isip kayo maigi. Baka kasi iniisip nyo, ang gusto nyong drop is katulad ng mga talagang actual drop para masabi nyo bear market na talaga tayo. Okay? Para masabi nyo na this is a very capitulating event of cryptocurrency. It is, okay? Huwag mo sabihin hindi dahil lang hindi mo nakita to para masabi mo talaga etc. Blah blah blah. Ito. you need to focus on the fundamentals. Ano yung nangyari? Ano yung dynamics? Ano yung naging outcome? Ano yung naging reaction ng mga tao? Okay, etong drop na to, okay, think of like how much liquidity lang meron tayo dito during this time. That's why it is very fast dropping. This one din as well. But this one, guys, ang kapal na ng liquidity natin para hatakin nyo pa yung price pababa ng sobra. You have to understand. Hindi to pinag-usapan ng mga favorite nyong mga investors, crypto gurus, mga Filipino influencers na nasa cryptocurrency. Okay, busy sila magpakita ng wins nila. Busy sila magpakita ng kung ano-ano nila. Pero they're not busy to teach you. Okay, and this is how you really will be able to really get out sa rat race. Okay, is to arm you guys. I want to arm you guys to lend you my brain na nalalaman ko sa mga nangyayari sa market by my time in the market. So, ang gagawin mo na lang, ita-timing mo na lang to. Okay? So, the more you listen to me, you'll be able to really navigate the market. Not like perfectly, but learn from my mistakes and, you know, copy my success. Kasi we've been able to successfully say na, oh, there's gonna be a drop in this market. I just don't know how, where, and when. No, yun yung sinabi ko sa inyo. Tito Vlogs, busy sa pagtuturo ng crypto, pero gold yung tinitrade, lol. wala kang kopya niyan. Hindi mo alam yan, mamaya. Mag-isa ka dyan, boss. Okay. Okay, Master Bot. Parang may beef ka kay Tito Vlogs, ha? Okay, so ilang kilo yung beef mo? Parang lagi siya mabibig mo maging kamukha ng anak mo yan. Wala mo problema, gapo naman si Tito Vlogs. So eto na guys, sasabihin ko sa inyo ha. Kakasakit lalo ako nito eh. Okay, big shoutouts kay Eggsy, pati kay Big Fella, pati kay Kanji. Yan, yung mga tiga Saudi. Yan, Ramil. Yan, mga tiga OFWs natin dito guys. Kay Albert yan. So, tuloy yung sinabi ko guys, let's go back to that topic. Okay, what will be the probably or what could be or the potential price move of Bitcoin? So, I was declaring na angat tayo dito pa lang sa linya na to, no? Although hindi, pero meron tayong uncertainty candle already, which is 50-50. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. It's either we get rejected or we go higher. Okay? Or are we wanting to see the two moving averages go below na umilalim, no? Umilalim siya sa moving average ito para ma-reset natin yung buong logarithmic RSI pati yung ating weekly MACD. So yan yung problema natin eh. Pero I don't think that that's very critical as of the moment. If ang players natin is more of like at the mercy of institutional traders, which is I explained that here in this Crypto Bull Case 2026 part 1. Okay, habang may sakit ako, gumagawa ako ng document. Noong 25 ko pa ito ginawa, pero meron akong part 2 and 3. Okay, hindi ko muna isi-send tong 2 and 3. Yung part 1 mamaya i-release ko na sa Meraki kasi din-double check o triple check, 4 check para lang maging strong ulit yung case natin. At alam nyo, pag gumawa ako ng mga ganitong documents, it happens. Okay, it happened yun doon sa AI, it happened yun doon sa stablecoins, it happened yun doon sa Great Wealth Transfer. Ang haba ng document doon, it happened yun doon sa long-term hold or long-term is the key. Tapos yung doon sa next is yung profit booking strategy natin. Maraming natulungan doon. Lalo na yung doon sa mga taong nagigrid at hindi makapag TP pag nagkakaroon na sila ng profit sa ano nila. So, ito na yung sasabihin ko sa inyo. Okay. I will talk about boring stuff today. Okay, kasi bored kayo. So, buburingin ko pa kayo lalo para ma-pluck out kayo sa cryptocurrency kung hindi talaga kayo para dito. Okay, kasi if lolokohin niyo sarili niyo, magpapanggap kayo, you don't have to fake yourself. Okay, just be true to yourself. Okay, pay your debts. Okay, bayaran mo muna yung mga utang mo, bayaran mo muna yung mga obligasyon mo, yung mga responsibilidad mo bago kayo mag-cryptocurrency. Do not fake it till you make it. Do not pangutang para lang maapag cryptocurrency. Tapos magdadasal ka, mag-aano ka na sana mag 2x, 3x, 4x or sana, diba? Kumita kayo sa leverage, which is that's one way to hell. Okay? And eto tatandaan nyo, pag nangutang kayo guys, alipin kayo ng inuutangan nyo. Tandaan nyo yan guys ha. Okay? Huwag kayo magki-crypto. Kasi sinabi ko na to sa inyo nung bago pa mag-crash yung market back in back here ng August. This is your last time to get out of crypto. Bumagsak naman siya eh. Kaya I was like expecting that will go here. Ngayon pa lang nangyari. Now, nung sinabi ko, this is your first bottom ng 107,800 or 7,300, diba? Pinost ko pa to sa sa Discord. Walang naniwala. Okay, so this is your first bottom, sinabi ko. Then, i-retrace dun sa call ko, diba? Ulit siya, nag 106 ulit siya. Pero, what happened is we went up. Now, it formed a W or double bottom. So ganito siya sa market structure. May ganyan na kayo. Okay, so ano nangyayari? Ganyan, 'di ba? Ganyan siya. So wala pa naman 'to. Nandito pa lang tayo. Ito. So what happens is may chances na mag-fail 'to, okay? Which is because of fundamentals and news. Okay, pero kung yun lang ang titingnan natin, yes, definitely will drop. Kasi ang daming bad news na nakapending ngayon. Specifically sa November 1. Although, okay, pinull out na to. Hindi na daw mangyayari. Yung kay Donald Trump and China. So, ewan ko na lang ang mangyayari dito guys. Okay, pero ewan ko. Si Donald Trump kasi ginawa niya. Mag-impose ako tax. 100%. Tapos biglang sabi ni China, after 30 minutes after, sabi niya, sige, mag-100% tax ka. Nasabi na yung rare earth minerals. Parang ganun. Dominance, may dominance na kami. Nasabi na yung dominance. We'll strike a dominance on it. Parang ganun. So, natakot si Donald Trump because ito yung mga ginawa ni Gaddafi dati. Diba? Ayaw nila si Gaddafi. Pinatay nila si Gaddafi for this one. Diba? It's because they're taking over the system that they're trying to create, which is the Kabbalah system or the Matrix, na magiging nation of workers instead of free thinkers. So we're still in the Rockefeller system, no? Kung papansinin niyo, we're still there. We're still in the Rockefeller system. And napapansin niyo na nahihirapan kayo pag gusto niyo nang kumawala sa system. Tapos may idea na kayo, bigla kayong hindi niyo na makawala. Kasi kailangan niyo magtrabaho, kailangan niyo this, wala kayong oras, this and that and that and that. Ang dami niyo kailangan gawin. Okay? Yung sa inyo guys, isa pa lang trabaho niyo dyan. Dito kami, 2, 3, 4, para lang masustain pati yung luho namin. Okay? Pero kung wala kang luho, 3, 2 is sapat na. Okay? Ibig sabihin ko sa 3, 2 part-time. Yung isa hindi pa recorded. Hindi ko ini-encourage. Pero yung isa, okay? Yung pinaka-main. Okay? So ako, isang pa ako nasa labasan ng rat race. Yun na sasabihin ko sa inyo. Isa na lang ang trabaho ko guys. Okay, part-time na lang. Okay, kaya praise Yahuwah. Okay, praise Yahuwah at yun lang yung trabaho ko. Ever since na tumapak ako dito sa US, sa California ako. Okay, so hindi ako lipin ng sistema. Okay, konti lang. Konti lang. Pero nagdagdag ako ng isa pang matrix. Gumawa ako ng sarili kong matrix Okay, nagbuo ko ng business. Okay, ngayon, okay, para akong may alagang bata. Nagpapadala ako palagi ng renta, nagpapadala ako ng mga pangangailangan ng business na to para lang i-sustain siya. Tapos, may business pa tayo dito. Okay? So, yung business na isa pa dito is yung Osa de Chismoso. Sinusustain ko to. Nagbabayad ako ng alpha, nagbabayad ako ng mga tao para to gather information instead of like video editing, maging pogi sa inyo, maging maganda yung mga edits ko, etc. Ang binabayaran ko is information. Hindi nyo pa yun na-appreciate sa ngayon. Okay? Pero one day, narinig nyo ako one time, narinig nyo ako sa iba, o kaya may nagka-copy-paste ng mga pinaggagawa ko. Uuwi kayo sa akin. Tatandaan nyo yan, guys. Uuwi kayo dito kasi dito nanggagaling yun. And doon na lang ako naniniwala. Okay, wala na akong ibang beef, wala na akong bitterness. Alam ko, babalik kayo dito kasi dito nyo lang yung makukuha. Yun lang yung brand ko. Okay, hindi na ako para magpapogi sa shorts, hindi na ako para ma-discover palalo. Gusto ko lang i-arm kayo. Okay, yun lang yung purpose ko. Gusto ko matuto kayo. Gusto ko kayo naman. Okay? Tapos, may mga iba pa naman papasok. Alis kayo, yung ibang papasok. Ganun lang yung target ko. So ngayon, i-arm ko kayo by letting you guys how this works. Okay? So let's talk sorry, naubo ako. So, let's talk about the one big beautiful bill up. Okay? Kasi marami nang miss out na ito, guys. Okay? So, this is one of the main or biggest criteria that will be happening for the cryptocurrency and the upcoming year of 2026. Okay, so this bill is a sweeping budget reconciliation package that ang layunin is to extend key provisions for 2017 tax cuts and job acts. So may mga problema tayo sa job numbers and excessive taxation sa mga iba't ibang states, no? So, just to like really make this really short, okay, kasi alam ko tinatamad kayo basahin to. Okay, gumamit na ako ng AI para lang himayin din to. Hindi ko naman kaya to basahin ng isang araw, 2 araw, 3 araw, or baka isang week, di ko pa rin kaya. Okay. Just to like give you yung zest ng lahat nito. Okay. Isa pa is yung Reconstructures Defense spending on social programs. So marami kasi tayo yung parang for the LGBT, for this and for that. Wala akong problema sa LGBT. Ang sinasabi ko is yung ba't na gumagawa ng mga sangay na hindi naman talaga nagbe-benefit yung lahat. Ngigit siya. Nagbe-benefit yung faction or yung portion. Okay, pwede mo sige sabihin na lang natin yung mga tulad ko na lang. Sige, tulad ko na lang na immigrants. Okay, matutuwa ba kayo? Diba, sabihin natin sa Pilipinas, mas bibigyan natin ng pera yung mga Amerikanong dumadayo. Diba? Imbis na sila yung gumagastos for tourism. Mga kabad trip yun. Diba? So, ito yun. Ito yung ano yan, layunin din nun. So, ito pa is to projected to increase a national deficit by 2.4 trillion to 5.7 trillion over the next decade. Hindi pa naman to talaga yung parang masasabi natin na will take really effect and it's gonna be really so good for cryptocurrency or etc. or investors. Pero why does this really matter? One, okay, is yung tax certainty for investors. Okay, kasi I think this is going to be a loophole. Ang haba ng batas eh. Okay, and this is going to be a loophole for the investors who will be really reading this and magandang paglaruan. Kumbaga dati, di ba, borrow against, tapos pwede kang no tax, tapos pwede mong gamitin yun to hedge the investments na nagka-crash, di ba, para to exit strategy, parang ganun, blah blah blah. So by extending TCGA, yung bill nito, okay, The bill offers a predictable capital gains and corporate tax rates. So matatax na tong mga corporate. Okay, pero it will be so predictable and it will be determined. Okay, which can encourage crypto investments, and business formation. Okay, so parang imbes na magtatago sila, magiging sobrang linaw na. Hindi na yung parang questionin palagi yung business mo, questionin this, questionin that. Gets nyo? Which is, this is being used, this kind of attack is being used to many companies like Coinbase, Kraken, di ba? Na nagkakaroon ng scrutiny. XRP, di ba? Solana, Ada Cardano, they have a lot of scrutinies. Yan, nananahimik sila Charles Hoskinson during that time. Tapos, si BNB, ganun din, di ba? So, that's why it is eager to create a Bill of Rights for cryptocurrency. Something like that. So, this is also going to help for inflation and liquidity effects. Okay. So, yung sinabi ko kanina ng trillions of dollars, okay, the projected deficit increase may lead to looser monetary policy. Okay, kasi ang higpit ng monetary policy natin dito, kung titignan nyo, in order for us to fund wars and to fund diba, other countries na kakampi ng US, something like that. Okay. So, both of which, okay, historically, fuels crypto narratives as well. Okay. So, sabi natin, AI agents, etc. Nakatulong siya. Okay. Nevertheless, okay. So, now, ang pinakahuling nakikita ko why it matters for cryptocurrency is yung signal of legislative momentum. Okay, ano ibig sabihin na? So, yung HR1, okay, napas siya ng mas mabilis kaysa doon sa mga iba pang bill and decisively. Okay. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito sa sentiment, guys, US is pro-crypto. Okay, and it does not plan to not to be pro-crypto. Okay, pag ganun yung nangyari sa isang act na naglalayon to really welcome investors and business creatives or yung mga technocrats na gusto pumasok sa entrepreneurship sa US pero ang business is around crypto or Web3, di ba? They don't want to cancel out. They don't want to cancel out itong mga opportunities na to. Okay? Doon naman magaling ang US, 'di ba? Instead of like really regulating them, etc. Tayo nagbe-bear or yung US ang nagbe-bear ng implications, okay? Para maging improve na batas siya sa ibang bansa, sabihin natin Canada or sabihin natin na UK, okay, Switzerland, bago makarating doon, nabarubal na siya dito sa US. Okay? Nakita na yung mga baho, yung mga hindi magagandang parts, burahin nila, etc. Oh, then dangerous to sa cybersecurity or ano to, quantum problem to, quantum threat to, parang ganun. So, eto na. Why is this a 2026 bull run implication? Okay. Sa macro perspective, okay, yung Bitcoin and Ethereum natin could benefit from renewed interest as alternative store of value. Kasi meron na siyang determination eh. Hindi na siya, ano ba to? Or value ba to? Ano ba to? Trade lang ba to? Ano ba to? Alam mo yan, hindi unknown siya kasi wala siyang annex. Ito yung since 2021 ko pa sinasabi sa inyo na there's no way that they can shut down Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever asset is because, even XRP, is because, yun naman yung kahit bearish ako sa XRP during that time, hindi siya pwede mawala, hindi yan mawawala. Hindi rin mawawala ang Bitcoin. Okay? Kasi wala naman siya annex pa eh. Pag nagka-annex, baka doon natin ma-determine kung masya-shutdown ba to in the long run or hindi. Okay? Pero sa ngayon, nakikita natin, ang unang hawak ng annex, syempre, is yun na yung magiging now and forever. Unless, mag-change ng whole government thing. Okay? Sabi natin, from Republic of the Philippines, naging Kunyari, sabi natin, hindi na siya Republic of the Philippines, parang ganun. Hindi na siya democratic country. Sabi natin, kunyari lang. Okay? So, ngayon, why this is also like a potential for bull run is because of the regulatory clarity. Okay, napaka-determined nung maging ano niya, taxation, this and that. Okay, yung fiscal expansion nila, okay, is well-defined too. Okay, and nakakapagtaka na ang bilis niyang ipasa. Okay, so with the Clarity Act, na silently lang din siya sige, approve niyo na yan, approve niyo na. Okay, in-approve na lang basta ng parang sobrang dali lang. Okay, in just 1 year. Okay, first year, 2025 pa lang, guys. Naipasa na tong mga to. Okay, so Genius Act, Clarity Act, 'di ba? Tapos ano pa? 'Di ba? Dami, 4 yan actually. So, hinimay ko yan dito sa sa document na to. Kung sa Meraki kayo guys, mababasa nyo to. Naglagay din ako ng mga gems dito, which is sa part 3 ko nilagay. Okay. Mga pinag-isipan ko talaga maigi. Okay. And you might be thinking a lot of like, ganito. Ang liit naman yung asset niyan. Etc. Or, luma na yan bakit yan pa din? Parang, sobrang bago na yan Alam mo yun, lagi kami masasabi. Pero, if babasahin niyo yung part 1 hanggang part 3, it will make sense. Okay, so for now, okay, basahin muna natin to ulit. Okay, dito na muna tayo. This is going to be a narrative fuel. Okay, yun yung reason ko bakit sa 2026, this may be one of the key factors, okay, or criterias na tutulong ang macro tas institutional narratives to have the crypto thrive on different reasons. So, itong big beautiful bill natin, okay, it will reshape the fiscal policy and it will give us a hint at a mas malawak na reform, okay? At itong mga malalawak na reforms na mangyayari na to all throughout the year of 2026-27 before it really crashes, what happens is it will be a powerful macro narrative to have to see or to have some of your cash in crypto. So baka nga kahit stable coins lang kumita ka pa din, basta alam mo kung paano mag-lending, magpa-borrow, 'di ba? And to take advantage of that power, kumbaga. So now, isa pa to ito ba? So, itong Clarity Act, isa pa to. So, Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, nasa pangalan naman, so gets nyo na siya. Ang layon lang nito is to define digital assets, either securities or commodities. Diba? Yun yung problema. Securities ba to? Commodities ba to? Kaya, yung BNB or yung Binance na scrutinized. Okay? Tapos, isa pa is it creates a registration framework for exchanges, brokers, and issuers of digital assets. So, hindi na ito labanan ng, may permit ka ba, etc. Hindi, pataasan na ito ng score kung reliable ba tong trader na to, reliable ba this and that. Baka magkaroon ng ganang system or DID na tinatawag. Tapos, ito pinakamaganda dito guys. Ewan ko ba't dito pinag-uusapan nila Miranda, pati yung mga marurunong sa fundamentals, pati pagdadissect ng mga ganitong information, is ito will prohibit the Federal Reserve from offering direct to consumer or D2C digital products such as yung mga retail CBDC. Okay, so delikado kasi CBDC but we're leaning towards it, pero also the efforts of the macro is there. We can see it. Okay, let's thank US for being anti-CBDC because this is super China, China mindset to Okay, so hindi ko man sinasabi ang pangit ng China ngayon dahil sa CBDC nila yun. It's just like inhumane at some point where they can really block your cash app. O sabihin natin yung Gcash nyo. Maging CBDC kayo dyan. Sabihin nila. Okay, tapos nakita ka sa rally nung kamakailan. September 21. Diba? What happens? What happens to you? Oh. Diba? So, isipin nyo, ano yung bawal ka na mag-Gcash, Paymaya, dahil lang nakita ka na sa kasi bumagsak yung trust score mo, yung score mo, trust score tuloy, yung score mo, yung social credit. Okay, so, now, ang pinakamalupit din na nabasa ko dito is yung haba kasi na ito sobra. Yung sa sa protects developers and entrepreneurs. Okay, so they're welcoming entrepreneurs or great minds, thinkers instead of like outsourcing na. So this is about yung mga attacks from political targeting and yung enforcements. Okay, yan yung naalala ko. So this is not about protecting you from cyber hacks, etc. Hindi ganun. This is about to protect you from the arbitrary enforcement or political targeting. Sabi natin yung mga cyber police, ganyan. Para hindi na kayo matakot mag-create. Ngayon, si US, siya yung mag-aano sa'yo. Okay, hindi ka naman naka-harm, hindi ka naman nag-intentionally to try to steal money from the, you did not target that, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Then, di ba? If it's just like to really create a system, then someone tried to use that system against your will na yun yung purpose. Ang purpose naman talaga is to this and that, diba? You'll be protected by this law, something like that. Okay, so why does it matter for crypto? Ito, ulitin ko lang sa inyo guys ha. Okay, big shoutouts kay Overflow. Okay, pakitagdag nyo yung chat guys ng 28 or awesome. Please, thank you. Salamat. Okay, so ba't to, importante. One is regulatory clarity. This is very important kasi wala pa tayo nito. I think this is one of the go signal na kailangan natin bantayan for the next bull run. Okay. Wala na rin dito pala si Toshi, no? Hindi ko na nakikita yung pangalan ni Toshi dito. Yeah, Mark Cabral, big shoutouts. Okay. So, parang ganun. Number 2 is yung institutional onboarding. Okay. This is very important kasi this will kung ang influencer isang developer ng cryptocurrency tapos it will onboard a lot eh. Okay, kaya nagtatago yung ibang mga developers is yung scrutiny na ma-hold up sila, makidnap yung mga kamag-anak nila kasi marami silang cryptocurrency. Alam niyo yan, wala tayong protection or wala tayong law that protects us from those kind of attacks, etc. No? Wala tayong protection law or sabihin natin, di ba kung merong Witness Protection Act, etc. Ito wala. Pag na-determine na marami kang Bitcoin, etc., wala man lang ikaw protection na makukuha. Parang gano'n. So, I think we're creating a utopia for that one. It's also like a little bit scary. We're creating a utopia for crypto millionaires. No? Ilalagay natin sila sa isang city. Which is yun yung ginagawa sa California lately, no? Sa mga bundok dito. Gumagawa tayo ng parang, alam mo yun, lugar kung saan nandun lahat ng mga, mga entrepreneurs ng cryptocurrency or developers, technocrats, etc. I just don't see any reason for that instead of like enforcing laws tapos pataasin yung budget ng mga cyber police to protect instead of to scrutinize and sniff around, ibigay yung incentive sa mga gahanap ng mga unnecessary stuff, di ba? So, ito na. Next is yung DeFi token innovation. So, this is why I'm very bullish with DeFi. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng clear definition so that the DeFi will be able to follow some protocols and token issuers can design compliance systems instead of like trying to do a lot of shenanigans na nagiging rason is, kunyari, meron sila second account, sabihin hinak yung sarili nila. Alam mo yun, hinak nila, nahack sila, etc. Even though that's them. They just know how to hack their own system, etc. Diba? Tapos, potentially, okay, this will unlock new use cases for cryptocurrency, mainly for capital flows, no? Kasi cash flow is king, di ba? And if magkaroon tayo ng new structure for capital flows, that's gonna be a lot of something, okay, for cryptocurrency. Okay, then, okay, so implications na ito for the bull run. Okay, so pag meron tayong legal certainty, it will fuel a lot of capital flows. So sinabi ko na kanina, then meron tayong narrative shift na tinatawag na regulation by enforcement and framework for growth. Okay, so binanggit yan dito. Hindi ko lang alam kung nasa ang banda, pero basahin nyo na lang. Okay. So, ang pinopoint out dito is yung crypto bulls can now point to a maturing US. Okay, maturing US market structure as a reason to long-term optimism. So, ang iniisip nila dito is it will be publicized yung nagiging holdings ng yung mga, kumbaga sabi natin M2, yung money supply natin, na nandun lang, na nakaupo lang, na 7 trillion, kunyari, na nag-earn ng returns na sabi natin 3 to 5%, we will be able to use that money to really help US, okay, not the other countries, kasi makikita na agad natin, bakit mo binigay kay Ukraine, bakit mo binigay kay ganitong bansa, bakit ka nagbigay sa Afghanistan president, something like that. Okay. So, pag nasa blockchain system na siya, tapos may sarili siya subnet, hindi balagbag na blockchain lang, no? Magkakaroon tayo ng subnets, of course. Government lang may access. Pero when there is a subpoena, we will be able to drag the private chain na nasa loob ng blockchain to be publicized and will be available for public. Okay? So, yun yung subnets. Now, ito pa malupit. Okay, so potential of ETF expansion and exchange growth. Yun yung isa sa mga rason kung bakit ito magiging bullish for 2026. Okay, this is really, really exciting, guys. Ako meron ako isang ETF, isa lang naman, di ba? Sa dami ng ETF sa crypto, isa lang yung ETF ko na hinahawakan na nasa traditional or TradFi is yung ARK Investment. That's it, yun lang. And times 3 na ata ako sa ARK Investment ko. So, praise Yahuwah. Hindi. Ito mag-aibit. Ang demonyo yun eh. Mga demonyo mga yun. Hindi ako mag-i-invest sa same company na nag-i-invest sa lumalason sa US. Tandaan nyo yan, guys. Sila din yung isang company na nag-i-invest sa paglalagay ng microplastic sa mga kinakain natin dito sa US. Okay. Fidelity, isa sa mga number 1 funding ng both sides ng war. So, guys, mag-research kayo. Please, mag-research kayo. Okay. Bakit ARK Investment? Kasi they've been here since 2015 when there was a LLC boom, pati yung tinatawag na ano yun? Venture capital boom. Tinatawag yan. So ngayon magkakaroon ng ETF boom sa this coming 2026 and it's gonna be exciting. So ngayon, yung mga magbabasa ng document ko, okay, please, sana basahin nyo maigi kasi pinaghirapan ko to. Ilang pages ba to? 10 pages. Okay. Baka 9 pages lang, pero sa part 2, ganun din. Tapos part 3, gagawin ko ng mas magandang dissect. Baka umabot to ng part 4 kasi mahaba yung analysis ko sa mga gems na papasukin natin. Hindi lang basta babalagbagin ko lang na ito nabili niya, ito bilhin ko, ito bibiling ko. Okay. So, guys, tuloy natin to bukas or sa makalawa. Okay. Medyo may sakit pa rin kasi ako. Big shoutout kay Jonathan. Thank you nga pala sa pag-subscribe, bro. Salamat. And thank you sa inyo, guys. Maraming salamat kay Virginia, kay VC. Big shoutout sa inyo. Guys, mag-subscribe kayo please. Malaking tulong sa akin to so that we'll be able to continue to share you guys. And why it's very important to me kasi nakikita ko na interested pa rin kayo sa cryptocurrency at may mga natutulungan pa ako. Okay, hanggat 5 pa kayo dyan, 2, isa, may isa pang naniniwala. Okay, maliban sa asawa ko, syempre, mas marunong na yun sa akin. Okay, so ako nandito lang ako para tulungan kayo. Okay, hanggat may isa pa tayo natutulungan, tutuloy lang natin. Okay? So guys, thank you so much again. Maraming salamat nga pala sa mga matagal na nagbabayad at nagpa-fund ng Oso the Chismoso. Kay Eggsy, big shoutouts. Okay, pati kahit yun sa absent natin palagi kay sina-funding niya lang ako. Hindi naman na siya nag-crypto. Si J Brothers. Ewan ko naalala niyo siya. Yan. Big shoutouts. Okay, salamat guys. Ano ito? Bawat video mo sir 10x kung pinapanood. Naka-speed up? Speed up ba yung 10x? Okay lang naman basta panoorin niya. Okay. So yun lang guys. Maraming salamat. Shalom sa lahat. And thank you so much guys. And siswis lang ang lahat ng yan. Kailangan niya pa rin aralin, planuhin at kilusan ng sa gayon. Ang lahat ng to ay ating makamtan. At siyempre guys, alam niyo na. Stay awesome. Goodbye guys. And thank you so much sa mga nag-get well soon. Sobrang mahirap lang talaga yung weather dito. Nilalamig ako, tapos mainit mamaya, malamig na naman, tapos kulang pa ako sa tulog. So guys, I'm trying to balance things, pero never nawala sa akin ng Diyos. So number 1 pa rin ng Diyos. Hindi yan compromisable. Sana yun din gawin nyo guys. Okay, unahin nyo yung Diyos. Okay, fear God. Okay, everything will be added to you guys. That's the secret to wisdom. Fear God. Yun lang. Okay? So, have a great night. Kita-kits tomorrow or sa makalawa. Okay? May hinahanda akong mga bagay-bagay na mga katulong sa inyo guys. Okay? Pero nasa kilos nyo ang magiging sagot guys. Wala sa akin. Dito lang ako to shepherd. Okay? 10 times ko pinapanood. Okay. Kala ko 10 times yung speed. Okay? So, yan guys. Have a great night and stay awesome. Goodbye. Osaber nga pala, chismoso ng crypto since 2017 bull run and have been documenting my journey since 2021 at may bagong